What's going on, you guys? My name is Marco Phillips. You're listening to Time to Dominate podcast. Let's go. So here's a daunting question. How do millennials like us leverage the internet to recruit 8 players into our downlines, make a massive impact in the world and their income, while having plenty of time for the other things that do actually matter to us? Well, this podcast is going to be answering those questions. My name is Marco Phillips, and you're listening to Time to Dominate podcast. Hey, what up, you guys? Happy Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Today, I want to talk about your best defense being a great offense. Your best defense is a great offense. So I remember when my first venture into entrepreneurship was an invention with my friend, one of my best friends actually, up to today. And the invention was to actually get a cleaning product that with ultramarine blue, which is like a natural whitening agent. They use this back home in Africa. They even use this in Asia. They use it in the countries they're huge on tie and dye and natural ways of doing stuff. It's a natural whitener. And the point was that, how can we formulate this? Like a lot of other competition with toxic, like bleach was toxic. You can have it around kids. Like so many, like the chlorine inhaling, like so many bad things, right? So you play the good cop, bad cop in the entrepreneurship, and so when we came up with this product, guys, like from absolutely nothing, that guy is an absolute genius. My best friend Tim, and total genius. Like I don't know how it comes up with half of these things. I was just like back end. Okay, how can we get this to the marketplace? Do the business strategy, like, and help out and source some of these products to put everything together, get a patent, find a lawyer, like all that back end stuff. But the point of this was that, guys, was absolute zero. We even have a budget. Like we're struggling to pay rent. We used to live together in a one-bedroom apartment. We like, yo, we just come together, man, and we're gonna do something with our lives. We're gonna find a way. We didn't necessarily want to follow the conventional path. Like we're gonna find a way. Like we gotta find something to do. And so this was the first product, the first idea, and it came to life, man. It came to life. I remember we were actually like making these things in the house, and we'll go out and give samples to the stores, like the local mom and pop shops, the local stores, the corner stores. Like we'll go out and we'll give samples. Like, hey, listen, I know you want to get this and this, but just try this. And next week, come on back, tell me exactly what your feedback was, and all that good stuff. There's not a good marketing strategy, right? But however, we want to just get the word out. Listen, get the word out. One person tell one person, tell one person, and I remember. We're doing that. We got, a little bit of success. Like we get like 4 or 5 people buy here, 10 people buy here. It's like, okay, cool. How can we actually even get the stores to buy it and have it on the shelves, and they just pay us directly because they know they're going to sell it, because the customers are going to come and buy it over and over again. We're thinking of that. You know what? That didn't work too much. Like, you know what? We got to get this thing out to the big boys. Okay. This thing can like change the whole game. Right. And guys, this was before Tide Pods came in. So the entire concept of Tide Pods was pretty much our concept before Tide Pods ever existed. It was crazy. But we didn't necessarily have all the tools in the market. We had like this little pod to put into the washing machine and to make it work and do this and do that. And it was crazy. Sometimes like it wouldn't really work because it was like in a little blue square thing. And maybe we didn't seal it up properly in one side, and oh man, it was crazy. But we had a whole pod idea before Tide Pod came out, and it was like, we gotta get it to these big boys. And you guys, like, I remember one time, at this time I was actually living in Missouri, and I came on down and was like, you know what, we are actually going to go see Donald Trump. Yep, we want to have an appointment with Donald Trump. We tell him our business idea. He's gonna love it, and bang, we're gonna go from there. He's gonna give us the financing. We're gonna get this whole thing built up from ground up, and like, let's go, let's do it. Okay, cool. So this was way before Donald Trump became president. I'm talking like at least 10 years ago now, or maybe about 10 years ago, or no, it's not 10. This is 2018. So maybe about maybe about 8 years ago or 7 years ago. Maybe about 7 years ago. Okay, and we got on a bus, got on a Greyhound bus, landed in New York, and the first place we actually went to go see Russell Simmons. Russell Simmons was our first main guy. Was like, listen, Fat Farm. He wants to, support local businesses, small startups, and all that good stuff. We gotta go set a presentation, and like my boy and myself together, we can make our way through certain situations. Okay, first and foremost, we didn't even have the address. We sourced the address. Um, from sourcing the address to going past the security, got up to the elevator, got to the secretary, and his door was right there. Like we got off the elevator, huge, sign. You see his office. You open the door, like beautiful doorknobs. You open it. The security guard is right to the right there. Secretary desk is right to the left. There's another security guard standing in front of the door, like about 100 feet away from us. And we go in, and super nice people, just like, hey, welcome. How can we help you? And da 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 da. I was like, hey, listen, we're here to see Russ, right? Very casual, like we know him, right? Because we say here to see Mr. Russell and da 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 da. They're like, they already know, like, yeah, he's a newbie, she's a newbie, right? And it was like, yeah, it was like, it's like our cousin or something. Like, yeah, we here to see Russ, super casual. Like, yeah, we here to see Russ. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, so what's your name? And let me check the calendar book just to make sure, like, everything was like, I was like, yeah, yeah, just, yeah, we here to see him real quick, just a quick meeting. It's like, okay, yeah, what's your name? And after a while, I was just fumbling, going back and forth. I just stepped up, like, hey, listen, just being honest, we're young entrepreneurs. Told her a quick backstory so she can get a little, like, emotional, like, feel some sort of pity, like, buy into a story, right? And like, hey, listen, we're young kids from the third world country. We're really looking to make it. We have an amazing idea that can really revolutionize the the um the detergent industry. It's safe, it's healthy, blah blah blah. And she's like, man, like, how did you guys even make it up here? That was the look. Like, how did you get past all these other people to even have this conversation with me? That was the whole look of her face, and and it was crazy. And she's like, hey, you know what? It sounds really good, but this guy's super busy. I'm just like, I just can't let you in at this time. But here's what you can do. Here's an email. Here's a phone number. Email, and then set an appointment. He's going to get back to you, and and we get to go from there. So that was the first shutdown. I was like, you know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're just gonna hang out. I know he's probably gonna come down here to this, like, there's like a little Chinese spot underneath, like his high rise. It's like he's a Zen kind of guy. He probably eats like a lot of this kind of Thai food, and like, really, he's probably gonna come down for lunch sometime soon, right? Like, it's around 11, between 11 and 2, right? It was like, all right, so let's do that a little bit. We waited, grab something small. It's like, man, all right, we just can't sit here. It might not work. Up next, let's go to down Trump. Went to the Trump Towers, you guys. We got in there, got to the Trump Towers, and it was like, when you go to the Trump Towers, the Trump Towers where Donald Trump actually is, right? There's security right at the elevator. Okay, you cannot even get anywhere faster. You got like this FBI kind of guys, like, just walking around like the whole time. Like, dude, this is like, it's like intense, man. Like, whoa, we might be all the way ahead here. And so so we talked to one of the guys. I think he was like Spanish or something, like the head of security. He's like, hey, what's up, guys? How can we help you? It's like, hey, listen, told him the same backstory. For that one, we could even get up all the way up to the elevator. He was like, man, like, it sounds good, sounds great, but no, can't do it. I can't let you up at this time. The guy's super busy, blah blah blah. But hey, look to see if we can make an appointment or something. Like, we'll go from there. So those guys were pretty cool. And but here's the point of that. The point of that was, we have an idea, we have an invention, like, we made from scratch, right? And we went on offense. We went on attack mode. By the way, we had like the invention company looking to push this out to other companies to try to see what they could possibly do, right? So that's cool, but we want to take this stuff and take it out to the marketplace, right? So when we did that, we came back, none of that was really working. Then we was like, hey, let's go out in the marketplace and then actually get customer feedback, like let customers actually generate this entire product for us, and not having too much back end spend, right? So that story just reminded me of how your best defense is a great offense. Quite often, a lot, when we are on defense, right, we are usually in reaction mode. Something external or something outside of us is usually what's triggering us to react, right? Well, while you're on defense, you're looking to like hold ground, hold steady, right? Like just not necessarily do too much, because it's like like it's almost like I don't want to say fear. It's just like you're retreating. You're holding, whenever you're holding ground. Take this to football. Whenever you're holding ground and playing defense, you're actually starting to lose ground. So on offense, and how this relates to what we do in business and entrepreneurship and this entire game is, I remember when I got started, I was like, focusing on defense is like focusing on your current team to take you to the next level. Like the number of people in which you've recruited right now, you focusing on them to take you to the next level. That's defense. Focusing on your only customer, your current customer base right now, to order more and more products, like to move your volume, right? Your current team to do an extreme amount of volume so you can move up the marketing plan, and they can, like, that's all defensive. It's defense minded, right? When you focus on offense, you're the kind of actions you're taking in a way to always win your game is to kind of like be like, how many new people am I bringing into my organization this month? How many new people am I bringing into my organization this month? How many new people am I taking to the company event this month? How many new people am I? Because in offense, when you're striking on offense, what happens is you're constantly regenerating yourself, right? You don't have to worry about all the other stuff of, you don't have to worry about too much of all these people that they're going to fall off anyway, right? The people that signed them because of a PD party, they're just being nice, just the family and friends, or maybe just business people that life just kind of got into. Like Jim Rohn talks about, like the birds are gonna get some, like some people that the birds got, right? If you're constantly focusing on your offense, right, on your constant output, it gives you, not only is that attitude and that come from super attractive for yourself and your team, right? But also because you're constantly generating yourself and generating new, you're fired up. You're excited. Like everything is working. When you get like 3, 4, 5 new people in a week get started, like you're excited. You're fired up, man. It's like, man, listen, let's go. The word is ours for the taking. We're going to impact, baby. Let's go, right? It's all offense. Whenever you're playing offense it's sweet. In football, everyone wants to play offense. I don't know if you ever played like, or even in soccer, right? My favorite sport. It's like, oh man, when you lose the ball, you dribble. I love playing midfield. You dribble, you pass, and you're going. You're making plays, you're doing everything, and you lose the ball. Oh man, it's like, yeah, I gotta run all the way back. Like that's not fun, right? Nobody wants to run all the way back, right? All of a sudden you're tired. But once your team gets the ball, it's like, yo, you just woke up, right? It's like, let's go. All of a sudden you got energy. I dislike this a lot about my strikers a lot, right? It's like, man, all of a sudden, like, you just got the juice, huh? You just got your second wind, because now we're in offense. Now you got an opportunity to score, right? It's the same thing, it's the same excitement. So I'm always encouraging you, like, you gotta get on offense. Get on. If you want to win and win big, you got to get on offense. You can't play small ball. You can't retreat. You can't like retreating on all that stuff and trying to figure out what's what's wrong with him or why are they doing this, why are they doing that, why are they management mode is defense, man. Management mode is defense. You want to 10x the action, 10x your output, 10x the factors that you can control. 10x those every single time, and you not only feel good about yourself and your leadership, but your team will feel good too. So it's such a big deal. So now, once I got this concept, the other thing is like, okay, cool. How can I then, get on that level or get on that mode? And I'm telling you, man, if you focus on the same strategy of just, talking to people at the grocery store as your primary way, as your primary way at the checkout counter, primary way of talking to people, or, just spamming people on Facebook like I did. You guys, 4,500 personal contact for 90 days straight. Or if you focus on that strategy, like the one-on-one and not the one-to-many strategy, man, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. The easy thing right there is to go ahead and focus on get on defense, man. It's exhausting. All right, find a simple way to do what? Get your presentation in front of people. Okay, brand yourself, become a brand. Now post your stuff all over social media. Get your presentation in front of people that are actually showing an intent to that want an intent or an interest to buy your product. Okay, on what you have in your either your business opportunity or your product, right? And then have that in a simple place that does the heavy lifting for the presentation for you. Okay, on the back end, or maybe you can even auto close them on the back end if they have one or two questions. From there, bang. Right? And then answer the questions and then, get them started and then duplicate that. That's the new wave. That's the new way to do it. And it's not just like a new way, oh, it's a fad. No, this is how businesses have been doing online business forever. Forever. Okay? It only gets sweeter and better and all that. And maybe on the next episode I'll talk about like how I've actually laid out my whole thing, and maybe you guys can like just use it and duplicate it. But offense, man, offense. Focus on your offense, right? The only time to go on defense is to re-strategize. The only time to go on defense is to re-strategize and strategize about your thinking, strategize about how you're putting your message in front of people, strategize about your whole DMO. That's the only time. Okay, and that's the only time you're retooling your offensive strategy. That's the only time to go on defense, if you ask me, especially in this game. I hope you guys got major value. Stay on offense, okay? Stay on offense, and I'll catch you guys on the next episode. Don't forget, it's your time to dominate. Find a way to make an impact and an income, and let's get it. Hey, thank you for listening today. If you found value, please subscribe and leave a review so we can reach others like us searching for a better way on how to use the internet to create leverage and truly dominate. How would you like to stop pitching and start attracting your downline on autopilot? If so, head over to timetodominatepodcast.com and grab the free training, and let's go.